Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to my channel, Peter's Movie Reviews. Today, I want to talk about Saw Movie 2 and Saw Movie 3. I think they're from like 2005 and 2006. Okay. First of all, I need to give a little history lesson. So, a very quick one, because I've talked about this a lot. Every year on my Peter Does Stuff channel, I do a Halloween horror movie franchise watch-along, okay? I've done the Friday the 13th movies, which actually I think I did leading up to Friday the 13th one year. It wasn't a Halloween one. Last year, I watched the entire Halloween franchise, which is not only my favorite horror movie franchise of life, but probably my favorite movie franchise of life. I have seen every Halloween movie, I don't even know how many times. And some of my favorites are ones that people don't even expect. Like, I love 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6 are probably my favorites. And actually, last year I watched Halloween 3, which is not part of the Michael Myers universe. And I really, really loved it. So if you're looking for a good Halloween movie, Halloween 3 is actually really good. And it's a standalone outside of the other ones. So anyway, so this year I knew, since I had just started my new movie reaction review channel called Peter's Movie Reviews. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so much, all of you that have subscribed and are watching along. And it means the world to me. I love watching movies and I'm having so much fun over here. So anyway, I wanted to pick a movie franchise. And a lot of people were giving me recommendations. It's funny because now that I started talking about the Saw movies, a couple people have told me how disappointed they were that I picked the Saw movies. Okay, well, I am also disappointed that I picked the Saw movies. I don't know that I will be by the end of it, but people were recommending to me like the Freddy Krueger movies, the Nightmare on Elm Street. Those movies are not scary to me, okay? They are so out there that I don't think I've ever watched a Nightmare on Elm Street movie that scared me. I was going to watch the Phantasm movies because I watched them way back in the day and those kind of scared me and there weren't that many. Two things. Number one, with Spiral, there are 10 movies in the Saw franchise, okay? I just finished 3 and started 4 last night, okay? Which means I have to watch a movie a night to get done by Halloween, or 2 movies a day, okay? Number one. Number two, I have finished the 3rd one, and they are so repetitive, and they've gotten so gory to the point where, like, I'm almost, like, I don't really have a problem with horror and gore, but I love horror movies. But, like, when they're really, really gory, and it's almost to a point of, like, sickening, like, being gross. I mean, there was a scene in Saw 3 where this judge is being drowned in, like pig guts and stuff like that. And I just was kind of like, I almost couldn't even watch it. It was so disgusting. But by the end of the 3rd one, it just is kind of like, the storyline is so repetitive to me that I'm like, how am I going to make it through 10 of them? I'll be honest with you. I was like, you committed to this. By the time you get done with it, you'll be happy you did it, because I love to watch entire franchises movies because then I feel like I have the knowledge, okay? So yes, I'm going to continue with it. But I'll be honest with you, last night when I started 4, I was almost kind of like, and I'm like 20 minutes into Saw 4. Last night when I started 4, I was kind of like, maybe I should just not finish these. Maybe I should just say I'm not going to do them. You guys, I guess to be honest with you, I really don't think they're that good. I think Saw 1 was fantastic. I love Saw 1. I think it's still, like I said in my review that I did like a week ago, I think it still stands on its own. I think it is a fantastic movie. I think it should have ended with Saw 1. So I watched Saw 2 and Saw 3. I have some notes. I'm not going to get heavily into my notes. But Saw 2 comes out like a year after Saw. Saw 2 comes out like a year. It's like Saw 1 was 2004, I believe. Saw 2 was 2005. And Saw 3 was like 2006. They're like a year apart. So, in Saw 2, Donnie Wahlberg is playing this police officer. You don't know it at the beginning, but he's basically, like, lied on the stand, lied on evidence, planted evidence to get a lot of people arrested, okay? He also has a very confrontational relationship with his teenage son. He doesn't get along with his teenage son very well. And so, they go into Jigsaw, who is John the killer. They go into his warehouse and he's there and he's very sickly, and so they find him and they're gonna like take him away and arrest him and all this kind of stuff. And then he's like, okay, well, if you're gonna arrest me, you might want to go look at something first. And so he sends him to this room and he's got all these television screens covered up. And what it is the next group of people that are playing a game. And one of them is Donnie Wahlberg's son, okay? And so then Donnie Wahlberg's like, well, we can't kill him because I have to find my son. Donnie Wahlberg's son is in this house with all these people. Shawnee Smith is one of them, okay, who plays Amanda. She's now in there for the 2nd time. So Donnie Wahlberg's son, his teenage son, is in this house of horrors, like this, like it's got all these games and traps to it, with all these people that his dad have set up to go to prison for drug charges and other things. So it's a ticking time bomb of like, who's going to find out that the police officer that planted evidence and set them up to put them in prison is actually, like, they're in there with their son. So that's like the time game that's going on. I actually did not mind the storyline when it started, but then it goes in this whole thing, and they're in this old house, and they're going around, and Shawnee Smith, who plays Amanda, she's like, I've done this game before, and so, like, then she's real mean and all this kind of stuff, and I've got it figured out, and whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And then, one by one, they all die, and they can't get out, and then, like, the teenage son is like, he gets out at the end or whatever. And then Donnie Wahlberg goes in this room, and it's the room that Saw 1 started in. And then he is like, he's attached to this, like, it's exactly how Saw 1 starts, where he's attached to the pipe. And then Shawnee Smith comes in. And so then you think she's like the new Jigsaw, is what it is. And then Saw 3 starts with Donnie Wahlberg in this room. Or maybe it starts with Donnie Wahlberg in this room, and she walks in, and then you know that it's her. And then he's trying to get out of this chain, and so he smashes his foot to the point where he can pull it out of this thing. I mean, he smashes his foot up, like, to bits. Saw 3 was so gory, I almost was like, I don't know that I can do this. Like, I mean, it was, and I don't have, like I said, I don't have a problem with gore, but, like, it was bad. I mean, it was really, really bad in this. And, like, I even wrote, my second part of the note was, this was a lot gorier. He's smashing his foot up with the toilet lid from that the guy hit the other guy over the head in Saw 1. So they're back in the same room. And so, anyway, then it goes into this guy, and the detective that was Donnie Wahlberg's partner, she's taken, and then she's killed. And then, okay, then Shawnee Smith, who plays Amanda, she's there. This one is very complex. Well, not really, but she's there, and she's now Jigsaw's assistant, okay, John's assistant. And he says later that the greatest person he had the connection to was Amanda. But he says to her, like, they show this go back in time, like, will you do everything I say, basically? Will you follow all the rules, whatever? And she's like, yes, I'll give you everything of my life, blah, blah, blah. You've saved my life by going through this game. Okay. So at that point, we don't really know what's happened to Donnie Wahlberg, okay? We think he's just still in this room. You find out later that, like, she ends up, like, you think she killed him or whatever, and, like, he tries to, like, kill her. It's like he's getting away and all this kind of stuff. So, and that's part of the end of it, okay? Then all of a sudden it's this guy, and this guy is in this room, and what you find out about him is that his son was killed in this car accident, and, well, you don't really know that at first. You know his son was killed, but you don't know how. And that he, like, each room he goes to is somebody that was involved in it. Like, the first one is, like, a witness. The second one is the judge. He's the one that's, like, drowning in pig fat. The third one, or the fourth, I think it's the third one, is where it's the guy that killed his son himself. And then he has to make a decision on, like, if he's going to save him or if he's going to kill him. I think the judge he tries to save all three of them, but the only one that he actually saves is the judge. And then when he goes to the next one, he has to pull this key. And when he pulls this key down, the shotgun shoots the judge behind him by accident. And he doesn't get the guy that killed his son out of it. At the same time this is going on, John Jigsaw needs emergency brain surgery, okay? So he's in another part of the warehouse or somewhere else with Amanda, Shawnee Smith, who I love so much. Greatest D-list actress in the world. But anyway, last time I saw that video, people were like, can you imagine Shawnee Smith watching this being referred to as a D-list actress? I mean, let's just be fair. She's not winning Oscars, okay? Not for Saw. But I do love her in these movies. Okay, so then she's losing her mind, and she's wanting to shoot everybody. And he's now taking this doctor, okay? That's apparently, she's losing her mind at the hospital. You don't know why. And so he's taking this doctor, and she's got to do emergency brain surgery with no anesthetic on him, okay? Like, Amanda's like, are you going to put him under local? And she's like, no, he has to be awake for this. I'm like, brain surgery? Is that like a real thing? I don't know. But anyway, so then he's like, he saves her. And then at the end, the husband, the dad almost makes it out of like 3 of the rooms. And so he said to the woman, the doctor, he's like, if you save my life and he makes it out of the game, then you can leave. And so he's like, she can leave. She's got this collar that has like these shotgun things going up into her head. And so he tells Amanda, he's like, take the collar off. But she, at this point, thinks that he has, like, feelings for this doctor thing because he overhears, he's having these fantasies when he has the brain surgery, this woman that he used to love, and she thinks that he's saying it to her, the doctor. It's so weird. Anyway, so then she's like, no. And then she's got this gun, and she's like, I'm going to kill her. And he's like, if you kill her, you're going to ruin your life as well. And she's like, I don't care. Like, she doesn't want to play by the rules. rules, okay? But she doesn't really know at this point. So what happens is she shoots the doctor, and then the other guy that escaped from the game, he runs in, and I already knew it. I'd already figured it out at this point. But that was his wife, okay? So then he swings around, and he shoots Amanda, Shawnee Smith, in the neck. Now, I don't know how she makes it out to the next movie, and I don't know how John does either, because he's dead in a hospital, because then the guy comes over, and John's like, you can either have forgiveness, and I can call an ambulance for her, and he's like, I forgive you, and then he takes this, like, hacksaw, and he, like, slits John's throat. And then 4 starts with John, and I didn't get to the part where, like, if he makes it out or whatever. So I don't really know what's going on with John, Jigsaw, and 4, but I know he's in the further movies, and so is Shawnee Smith. So anyway, so then it goes back and it shows about how, like, Jigsaw John has said all this stuff to Shawnee Smith, and about, like, you have to follow the game. This was her game, because he didn't think that she was 100% loyal, which she proved that she wasn't. Because if she was, she would never have shot the doctor. She would have done exactly what he said. Anyway, at that point, I just was kind of like, I was going to actually watch all of 4 last night, and I was like, I want to watch Shetland on BritBox. Like, I just was like, I don't know. And I'll be honest with you, like, I'm kind of regretting that I picked the Saw franchise to watch for this year, but I am going to watch all of them, and I will finish them. So, anyway, if you're watching them with me, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.